The Security Exchange Commission is constantly looking for ways to destroy the crypto community. And of course, they filed a lawsuit against our beloved Ripple back in December of 2020 after 8 years. 8 years! Check it out. The judge ordered the agency to hand over a few notes, including a single clean draft of a June 14th speech in 2018 delivered by Bill Hinman. The court found that emails concerning the speech or draft versions are neither pre-decisional nor deliberative agency documents entitled to protection under the deliberative process privilege, and ordered the SEC to produce them. So what that means is these documents are not protected under the process privilege, and they have to give them to the court. The SEC asked the court to reconsider its prior ruling and to find that all such documents are protected by the DPP. Otherwise, the plaintiff wants the court to clarify whether the order compels production of all speech drafts and related emails on the SEC's privilege logs, the vast majority of which reflect the views of staff other than Director Hinman on an important policy issue confronting multiple agency divisions and offices. The Securities Exchange Commission says that the reconsideration of this aspect of the court's decision is warranted because the court based its decision on a single document related to the speech, one that the defendants chose to highlight for the court, and did not consider the 67 other emails attaching drafts of the speech that were before the court on the defendant's motion. They said that these additional documents, along with other matters available to the court and described below, demonstrate that the speech was not merely peripheral to actual policy information and was in fact essential link in the Security Exchange Commission's deliberative process with respect to Ether. So in 2018, the SEC had already had this conversation with Ethereum and eventually deemed them not a security. The SEC said that the speech itself showed that Director Hinman and other SEC staff used the speech to provide public guidance as to how CorpFin would apply the federal securities laws to offer sales of digital assets, including. The SEC then insisted that the speech and other drafts and communications related to it are protected by the DPP under the court's own analysis. They reflect the very types of deliberations that the SEC staff need to be able to conduct with the expectation of candor, and are no different than the other documents the court has already held to be protected, which, wrong. Like 100% wrong. So the SEC wants their cake, and they want to eat it too. What a surprise. So the battle for Hinman's 2018 speech on Ether and the other 67 related documents is one of the most critical in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Ripple will certainly use these notes to its benefit and possibly in either scenario to argue XRP is not a security or to argue the SEC failed to provide a fair notice. This ruling was very well received by Ripple and XRP holders who were accepted as, I don't even know how to pronounce that, so we're just going to skip that, amicus curiae, whatever. In court, attorney John Deaton confirmed the court order as a win and said the biggest victory wasn't the speech draft itself, but the notes from meetings with third parties not associated with Ripple. More than likely, these are associated with Ethereum, and that's going to help robust the case because, like we said in the beginning, they already had this conversation with Ethereum in 2018, and they deemed it not a security. For whatever reason, they're doing this after 8 years. Who knows? So the SEC is now contesting the ruling and wants the documents protected by the DPP, arguing the aforementioned speech was public guidance, and so all notes related to it must be protected. But in 2021, the SEC chose to define the speech as Hinman's personal opinion in order to not give ammunition to Ripple's defense. But the tactic backfired as Judge Sarah Netburn concluded that because they were his personal opinion, concluded that the documents were not protected by deliberative process privilege. DPP. So Hinman testified under oath that his speech was his opinion. And now the SEC is trying to turn everything around and say it wasn't his opinion, it was pertaining to our securities protocol, and now we want it protected by the DPP. So the question is, why would Ripple continue a proverbial boxing match with the SEC after the courts had requested documents from 2012 from the SEC instead of settling? They know they're going to win. They know, because they have nothing to hide. And look, guys, other people know that they're going to win too. Check it out. XRP whales accumulated nearly 900 million tokens in the second largest accumulation in 5 years. 5 years. XRP whale addresses holding over 10 million tokens or more have managed to accumulate close to 900 million XRP. worth around $700 million at the time of this writing. So that's December 2021, in the second largest accumulation they have made over the last 5 years. There is no reason that people would be accumulating this amount of XRP if they didn't know that Ripple was going to win. It just wouldn't happen. And it's all over Twitter. Look, Brad Garlinghouse. The truth is out for everyone to read. What we see is the SEC waited 8 years to decide they disagreed with the analysis, decimating thousands and thousands of XRP holders who they purport to protect in the process. With all this going public, it's clear that the SEC has literally ground themselves into a hole, like deep down into it. Why is the SEC after Ripple solely after 8 years? What's the motive here? Leave your thoughts in the comments. A 76% spike in XRP mega whale addresses since December 2021 has been noted by analytics firm Santiment, showing that they added a total of 897 million tokens worth over $712 million today. All right, so real quick, let's check out Cointelegraph's analysis of what price action we could be seeing in the next week. What we're looking for is a decisive move above the 50-day moving average, and this might push the price to its multi-month descending trendline resistance near $1. The price action on shorter time frame charts also suggests an imminent rally towards $1. For instance, XRP has been forming what appears to be a bull pennant setup on a 4-hour chart, confirmed by an ongoing consolidation in a symmetrical triangle. So the basic rule of a bull pennant setup is that it prompts the price to go higher once it decisively breaks above the structure's upper trend line and thus eyeing levels above $1. So even if you get in now at 78, 79 cents, let's say it dips below 77 cents before they come up with their conclusion, which we're going to win. It doesn't matter. You're still looking at a 20% increase. So stick your money in there. You might as well do it, because technical analysis and the fundamentals that we're looking at with the Security Exchange Commission and all this crap, there's a high potential for upside here, and you can make a decent amount of money. The conclusion of these now public 2012 memos is clear. XRP do not constitute securities. The fact that Ripple had the foresight to seek legal advice from a prominent firm in 2012 in the absence of clear case law and 5 years before the SEC even started talking about digital assets should be applauded. Right now, finding an exchange that allows you to buy XRP is a little difficult. I know of one right now. It's called Uphold, but I know Coinbase, Binance, and the larger exchanges aren't allowing you to buy XRP. We wound up buying, full disclosure, we wound up buying around like $3,000 to $4,000 worth over the last, I want to say, week. I'm definitely expecting an upside of at least 15 to 20%. And if not, it's not a problem, because we expect it to go up long term anyway. So in light of all the positive news that we're seeing from the lawyers and the case, the SEC is definitely going to lose this. They know they've lost it. Honestly, this is great publicity for XRP. It's just going to drive the price up ultimately anyway. So it's without a doubt clear that the SEC has an issue with Ripple. They have an ulterior motive. Whatever it is, we may not know at the moment, but like I said, leave it in the comments below. Let's have a discussion. Until next time, we'll see you on Da Vinci Trades.